Okay, welcome back, everybody. We are live once again. Day trading the NQ. We might even look a bit of gold today as well. Why not? So I'm just going to screen up, but of course not the NQ. Sorry, the ES today. How's everyone doing? Holy Earth, good to see you, my friend. See a few people already coming in. Awesome. We have just opened. I have to actually draw out my levels. I've yet to do that. But I just want to see how this open looks before I get into it. Very balanced. Bit more on the sell side. Peter, great to see you. Cody, good morning. Got all the gang back. All right, I'm going to draw out my levels. Let me just go to the 15-minute, have a look. If anything has changed in... Don't really have great levels today, truth be told. Tiny little one there. Nothing spectacular. But that's almost... This whole area is a gap, really. So, yeah, we don't have the best levels right now. All right, well, I'm just going to have to look for scalping levels, really. I don't really have anything majorly long-term. I've got a slight little one at the bottom here that might get a bit of a bullish rejection, but we'll see. We shall see. I mean, the open is very flat, very dead. Mikey, good to see you. How are you? Yeah, I mean, a lot of sellers actually now starting to come in. Let's see how they fare in this area. We could have potentially a buy trade, a scalp. I'm going to gear up, drop it back down to 1, actually. Because there are some sellers coming in, but they're not really doing that much damage. So I could see a potential quick reversal coming in. All right, they got eaten up there a little bit. Sellers are reloading. Oh, 900, here we go. Let's see how that 900 fares. We've got some buyers coming in. I'm going to go in quickly for a buy. Let's see, because if we get below that low there, we're out. Let's see if we can get that quick kind of open reversal that you can sometimes get on days. We'll just put the TP up there. There it is. A little bit of a reversal. Keep my finger on the exit. What is my P&L today? So I got 22.7, basically around 400 I have to make this the 2% today. But let's see how these sellers, are they going to protect and make my life difficult? It looks like they are a little bit making my life a little bit difficult. Can we get a full scale kind of undo the open? Let's see. Good morning, everybody. Alameen, good morning to you. George, good morning. In Joker, morning to you as well. Great to see everyone here. These sellers trying to come in. Let's see if we can. Yep, that's what I want to see. That quick kind of movement away from the sellers. Buyers coming back in. That's a good sign for now. Let's just see if we can keep that. That was a lot of sell pressure. Came in very quickly there. That looks a bit dangerous. If they're effective, and if we don't get above that 1,000, I'm getting out. Nah, we're not. Oh, maybe. That came in heavy. Big chunk of sellers came in, but they're not really pushing it down still. Considering they got 3,000 contracts on the Delta and they're still struggling to get it down. It's the only reason I'm holding this. Otherwise, normally, that would spook me. Oh, look at that. We're up to 2,000. They're still piling it on, but they are getting absorbed quite heavily. If the buyers get above here, this is going to be a great movement up. Buyers really need to get above, heavily above, squeeze these sellers out. Then we've got a great move up, a beautiful move up. Come on. I think they're about to do it. That's a lot of action. There it is. There's the pop. We're above them. Good. Now we really don't want to get below anymore where that pop happened. We've got the first little bit of resistance here on these highs. Naturally, there's going to be more sellers that are going to try come in. What is my TP up here? 200. I think I could probably forget the TP. I could try, if we keep doing this, because the buyers did very well there. Very, very well. If they're able to keep pushing it up, we could extend even further, but this is starting to look like they're losing a bit of pressure here. The buyers, look, we're printing okay numbers, but they're struggling a little bit. We need to see more pressure come in. Still got my finger on that exit. Realistically speaking, we get below the current candle around that 1.7. I want to be out anyway, so I'm going to have my stop there. I might get stopped out ever so slightly, but it's kind of hard to see exactly where that 1.7 is. So it's just below the body of the candle, maybe like that. I mean, that's an extremely tight stop. We could have a little bit of a swing. But these sellers are very, they're serious. They want to push this market down. Only because they're failing right now doesn't mean they're going to keep failing. It all depends when the buyers decide to give up. And hopefully the buyers don't give up. Look at that, 420. For all my smokers out there. Look, the sellers are still piling it on. We need to see the buyers keep those sellers trapped. We don't want those sellers gaining any ground. We need to really keep them trapped. If we get really nicely above them, squeeze them out, this is going to be such a good move up. It's going to be such a nice move up if we squeeze these sellers out. We're so close. A lot of action right on the get-go. That was cool. That was a nice, exciting open. Come on. Come on, buyers. Now, normally I would, truth be told, I would probably be looking at getting out, but I'm holding it just because these are some good numbers. We're above those heavy sellers. Because if I'm right here, this is going to be such a good move. If this happens, it's going to be such a good move. This could be, back, especially, back to these highs, no problem. Something's happening. Let me zoom in. Can't see the volume. About to get. I got stopped out. But we can always jump back in if we see the same thing happen. I may have had my stop a little bit too close there. It's not bad to potentially jump back in, but I do fear we're in a bit of a range here. That was a bit annoying. I think I literally got ticked out. Yeah, I got ticked out to the T. I should have had a bit tighter. Gave it a bit more breathing room, to be honest. Let's see. Cherry, good to see you. Holy Earth, thank you. Thank you. Very kind. Very kind. Thank you for the $1.99. Highland, good morning. How are you? Let's see if we can potentially jump back in, but we are... sellers like this area. We have yet to really squeeze those sellers out, but I'm glad that we're not really below. To be honest, I could probably go back in. I might. I don't like the price I'm currently at because fuck it, why not? Let's do it. Let's go back in because there it is. Perfect timing. Because if we squeeze these sellers out, I had a stop that was a little bit too tight, truth be told. I'm loving what I'm seeing here. These sellers just completely trapped. And I want to see them all exit. You're seeing a bit of numbers, the numbers going a bit higher here, 600. That's going to be, some of those sellers getting stopped out, essentially. Come on. We just got to get past it. Get past all that crap. Yeah, these sellers aren't looking good at all. Exactly, in Joker. They're not looking very powerful right now. They're putting in volume, but they're just not doing it. There it is. Come on, buyers, keep it. Again, I'm going to get rid of the take profit. I'm going to see how far we can ride this one up, to be honest. This could be a full scale reversal, potentially. High of the day. I could see it happening. But naturally we do have, these highs here, which are going to cause some kind of a pullback. So maybe I don't know. When we get there, I'll see how it looks, and I'll make my decision based on that. If we get there, hopefully we do. There's still sellers coming in. They still haven't given up. They're still being very. I got to figure out where my stop has got. I mean, realistically speaking, my stop has to still be below that 1,000. That's the only place I can really have my stop, and it's going to be a bit bigger now. But it is what it is. Slightly annoying. Look at them. They're still coming in. Oh, this is good. This is very good. Again, 891 trapped at the bottom. Now I can start looking at potentially having my stop below that wick. If we close nice and high, yeah, that's it. I can now move my stop, thankfully. I'll give it a bit more breathing room because of the spread. I don't want to get wicked out, so I'll give it a bit more breathing room. In fact, let me have my stop where it originally was, and then I'll manually get out if when we get there. Give it a bit of room to move, you know. Back after week, thought you've doubled the account by now. That's how much trust I have in you. Not quite, man. Not quite. Not quite. I'm still trading very small size in general. So, I mean, you could theoretically double it, but you'd have to put on a lot more risk, you know. Okay, we really want to keep those sellers trapped. They're still trying it, these sellers. They're not giving up yet, but we don't want to get below those sellers. I mean, I'm going to treat these buy numbers more as people getting stopped out, sellers getting stopped out, especially sellers who came in, you know, on these highs here just before the open. Maybe some of these people getting trailed out. I'm going to look at it more like that rather than fresh buyers. Oh, don't get below. Come on, defend. Defend. Look, they're still adding volume. They might have taken it now. They might have finally become a bit efficient, these sellers. This is your last chance. We're in that kind of area again. I may add another buy, actually. I'm going to add another buy to try to get a bit more size on this order. Because really, if we break that 1,700, we're out. Like that is the key chunk of volume right there. So I'm going to front run it a bit, add another position. Because again, if we're right here, this is such a good move. This is going to be a great move. And they are defending. And ideally, I want a bit more size lower down, you know, to get a better, essentially a better risk reward. But I should put my stop. Let's just move the stop because of the spread. Let's give it a little bit of breathing room. I don't want to be getting stopped out on a tick like I did a minute ago. Intel, watched the replay and saw you with the compounding calculator. Yeah, that was a while back, the compounding calculator. I think, I don't know, I have to look at it again, see how many days it would take to double the account. It starts off a bit slow, but then once you get rolling, it usually gets quite good. I'm going to call you AJ. What is the actual footprint indicator he's using? So it's not an indicator, AJ. It's actually a charting type, right? On TradingView. But you need a premium version of TradingView, and you need a CME data subscription as well from TradingView. And then it only works on futures. This is not looking good. These sellers are starting to look. The buyers are starting to now. That distribution is looking a bit bad. This is the last area where the buyers can really come in here and work a bit of magic. They were doing good earlier. The sellers just kept piling it on. We need to see buyers come in and actually push this up, but it doesn't look like they will now. Come on. Such a shame. Such a shame. It was so close. I think if we took out these highs here, that high there, we would have really seen those sellers get squeezed out and we would have, boom, had that move. Let's see if buyers can still regain control here. If not, I'm happy where my stop is. We're out anyway. The sellers managed to take it, unfortunately. All right, well, bit annoying that we didn't quite get there. Got so close, so close. They just failed at the top here, sadly. But we're back in this gap. I believe it's a gap. Is it still a gap? Let's have. Oh no, it's no longer a gap anymore. It's kind of moved down a bit, to be fair. So we'll see how that gap fares. But this is it just goes to show, though, momentum can change very quickly. You saw how inefficient the sellers were, but they managed to just take control with enough. If they put on enough size, anything can happen, you know? So I think we need to do today about 450 we need to today. About 450. Very risky. Trend is down. It can be risky, but you know, that's why you have tight stops, you know? You don't always, especially in a ranging market, because we are still, all right, short term, we're definitely in a downward trend. But I believe in the longer term, oh no, we've broken out the range. We broke out a while ago, didn't we? Yeah, we did. We are actually in a downward market. You are correct. We are. That is no longer a gap as well. I mean, we've got a very nice, I think, a nice gap at the bottom here, but that's far away. Doubtful we're going to really touch it anytime soon, I think. Well, we might touch it today. How far away is this? I can't see. Oh, 19 points. No, we can do that. We can absolutely go 19 points down. That's more than possible. There's not really any other areas I'm seeing right now. Get rid of all that. Yeah, see, and once the buyers have finally given up, it moves nicely. So, but that was super interesting to look at because you can learn a lot just from what we saw there. You know, you saw that battle in real time, how the sellers were just failing in this area. Buyers were coming in. They were that close to actually taking out the sellers. You just got to imagine where the stops are going to be. Most likely, there's going to be a lot of stops up here, just above that wick. There's obviously going to be a ton of stops above that high there. And they got very close, got very, very close. But then here, they just took back control, the sellers. They just put too much size on, too much size. And then notice how the distribution of volume changed. How we got buyers then basically at the top of the candles and sellers trading below it. Once that distribution changes, it's usually very, very difficult for it to just sort of switch, you know? So now we're going to figure out another game plan. Let me just turn this heater off. I'm starting to heat up here. The game plan, let's have a look. Martin, good to see you. Hello. How are you? Martin, good to see you. I see some new names as well in the chat, which is amazing. I see Alex, Alexander even, Martin. I think AJ, are you new, AJ? Is this your first time here? I think everyone else, yeah, those are all people who've been here before. Good to see some new names. AJ, great. You are new. Welcome. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the live stream. I hope you have a good time. Okay, so I don't want to chase the volume. I don't really want to chase it. I'm going to treat it more as a pullback. But let's do a volume profile from that little move down. If it's really going to reject anywhere, it'll be around that kind of area potentially. I don't really see anything else. But it's only a 1 minute. It's not really that powerful. The volume, I mean, a lot of buyers coming back in again. This could have just been a false breakout. I think we might have just been instantly, there's no more sellers really wanting to trade. That was unexpected. That was an unexpected V-shaped reversal there. Very unexpected. Didn't really do it anywhere interesting. Let me just pop that line. Is that a low or anything? No, we're beyond those lows. I don't see anything. Okay, we've got a few little lows here. That kind of adds up, but I don't think we saw really any sellers take profit. We didn't really see the sell side spike, did we? No, we didn't really see any sellers. I mean, this could have been, okay, we did print a large amount of buyers in that area. So if it were sellers exiting the market, it would have been them exiting manually, right? A manual exit. Hence why it appears as a buyer. Because I don't think there would be necessarily fresh buyers. I think more likely going to be a lot of those sellers manually exiting, or one individual manually exiting. But they didn't get their take profits hit. Kingdom Trader, also new. Great. Good to see you. Doing well here, thank you. How are you? Just checking the market, Forex, and watching it at the same time. Awesome stuff. I'm very good. Thank you for asking. Sandy Cheeks, I miss NQ, Sammy. I know. I promise NQ will be back. The moment we got Trade of 8 and Ninja Trader, we'll be back. Cody, I have a low volume node on NQ where it bounced ES following an overnight low. Let me have a look. Maybe I didn't. Let me just see if I can, because I didn't do a fixed range. I just used, shit, of course. No, I think you're absolutely right. I mean, that's where the drop off of volume really was. We had a huge volume, and then this is kind of all one low volume node, really. I mean, I've got it drawn out on this one, but essentially, I mean, they're the same size, right? I think you're absolutely right, Cody. I didn't actually spot that. We have it on NQ too. Yeah, you're and that would make sense. That was a low volume node. I should really have drawn it. And then that would make pretty much, that would make sense now. Okay, well, so can make make mistakes. But let's see. If we get back into this node, we could have a trade. I mean, this is no longer a node anymore. There's nothing really above us. We don't really have anything great above us. All a bit. It's a bit weak, isn't it? I mean, the only low volume node that's nice is that one there. And then we've got a really nice one at the top here. But unlikely we're going to get there anytime soon. That one's really nice. That would be awesome. And I think, so this is the 15-minute. Yeah, look at those sellers really came in heavy, didn't they? And again, defended. You can see where all that sell volume is. As soon as we get back up there, they defended. These sellers are not messing about today. Right. I want to see what happens in this area. I am going to draw a black line. In fact, because that volume node is quite a big area, I want to see where the actual real drop off in volume is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the row size. We'll do it to like 50. See if we can narrow it down a bit. Right, so there's kind of two little drop-offs. We'll keep narrowing it down. Let's go to 100. Yeah, so there's a couple little gaps, but nothing major yet. Let's go to like 200. Maybe we can really find where it is. I mean, the best one is that right there. So let's go back to 24. I'm going to keep that on the chart because I think we can actually go down there. I think it can drop down to here, to the lower area of this kind of node, and then probably be a better buy potentially. Because we've come back. Those sellers defended really well. You saw it on the 15-minute. If I go back to the 15-minute real quick, here it is. All those sellers, as soon as we came back up there, they defended very quickly, pushed that market down. So I don't think they're ready yet to give up. We want to see sellers take profit. There's a bit of profit taking going on. Right? See that huge spike in sell volume? That's sellers taking profit. Now we've got fresh sellers coming in around this area, potentially some profit taking because we are lower down. I want to see what happens here. Lower down in the distribution. Thanks for live show. You're welcome. You're welcome. That's my business name. Trading for his glory, not mine. Today, risk on. We look for sell. Pre-market panic today. WTI was bad news. Broke into the weekly value area low. I reckon if we keep below here, we could move lower nicely. We absolutely could. We absolutely could. I think there's nothing really much below this area here, to be honest. Yeah, there's nothing really there. That's the last kind of gap in volume we really have from this move up. If we break, I mean, we've got another one, really small one there, but that's far away, so that could be the next extension. But apart from that, we don't really have much. So I think if we get below, we can actually see it a bit better there. There's it's a little bit clearer on that one, and it kind of lines up. I'm going to keep that really small area. I'm going to keep that on the chart because I think that could be. We had a few though, didn't we? If I go back to 100 on this, let's have a look really quick. This should be interesting. Let's do this. Where the hell is it? Come on. There it is. All right, if I do this, I think it was like 100 or something, 150. That's what we did. Can't remember if it was 100, 150, but around there. We've got another one just above around here. And then technically another one there, but I'll leave that. Let's go back to 24. Put it back to normal. Let's go all the way. Right, so it hit the first little one, just touched it, and it's kind of stopped there now. So we literally hit the first little one. But I feel we're probably going to go a bit lower. So I'm going to wait. I don't want to take a buy off here yet. Because we had some profit taking. We know sellers are out the market. We need to see fresh sellers try come in, fail, and then go above them, and then we can take the trade. But until then, it's not happening just yet. So we'll just wait. We'll be patient. Nice and patient. We had your M1 hammer candle with trap buyers at 0951. That was a nice move down. Just watch that video, sweet. Oh, did we? I never actually really pay attention to them. I'll be honest. I always yeah, there's one. There's that hammer candle. We got one there. That one was really nice, actually. Peter's always good at pointing them out. Peter always points them out. But well spotted, AJ. There was that hammer candle. Again, that worked out really nicely. I know Peter's building an EA that can automatically trade them. Sammy Hammerfoot. Until Peter comes out of that EA, like I said in the video, it's difficult to trade because you have to kind of watch every minute. Do you know what I mean? And you miss it, you know? You do miss it. Oh, look at that. That did reject really nicely. That freaking tiny little zone. Look at that. Touched it to the T. Beautiful rejection. But let's see if we can keep going down, because I'm more interested in the lower one. I think this one's better. That one's a lot better. But you're right. That one worked out really nicely. Did we have any others? Trying to just find them. Since market open, so that's market open. I wouldn't really count that one because there's really no buy volume at the top. So like next to nothing. That's not one. That's not one. There's you could kind of argue that's one. It's a tiny little candle though. But the buy volume's half decent, sell volume's good, distribution is right. It's got a wick. It fits the criteria for the most part. And we didn't really have. That's the one though. This one's really nice. Like this is picture perfect. Look at the amount of buyers that are at the top. Beautiful. Nice amount of sellers. Really good shape, the candle. Everything is just, that one is sweet. And it makes sense as well, you know? It makes sense. Pull back into kind of this ranging area into the middle of the range. It's also the point of control. Makes perfect sense. Apart from that, that's the only ones we had. So I took a short on NQ based on Sammy Hammerfoot and it worked well. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Send me donations and I'll work faster. Let's get a GoFundMe for Peter going to get the EA built. Because I've tried to build it myself. But every time, because I just use AI, obviously. I'm not a coder or anything like that. And annoyingly, ChatGPT said that it cannot read the footprint data. So it couldn't do it. I was like, but I swear, Peter, you recently told me they've kind of implemented that now they can. I don't know if that was you who said that or not. But I'll need to check again. But when I tried to build it, basically AI told me that ChatGPT, there's no way of making an EA on TradingView that can read the actual data in the footprint. So, okay, it can identify a hammer candle, but it wouldn't know the volume distribution. So therefore, it's pointless. Do you know what I mean? Because I would argue the volume distribution is more important than the exact shape of the candle. Like coding in a hammer candle, that's easy enough, you know? So, man, look, the buys. I swear to God, if this is the reversal, that's going to piss me off. That's really going to piss me off. Because I had two zones to choose from, right? Essentially. I had two zones to choose from. I got it, you know, I went down into 150 row to try and find the exact two little gaps in volume. And I decided I want to choose the lower one down because it looks a bit better. And I know both of them are okay. You can see how they both rejected in the past. Wick there, wick there. And it's this one that gave us a really nice bullish move. But I'm hoping, you know, we drop back down. We haven't really broken structure yet. We're still kind of below that last high. So there's no, you know, we could go back down again. and then get into this zone, then give me the move. Give me the really nice bullish move, bullish scalp that I want. I can add size because my stop could be so tight. You know, you can have such a good trade. Like, granted, I won't put my stop exactly below it, but maybe, you know, a few points like that, and then have that really nice, add a bit of size, and boom, you've done it. So hopefully it happens. I like it because it's objective and not subjective. Takes the guesswork out. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's very kind of rule based. And that's why it'll be perfect for an EA. Absolutely perfect for a EA, especially if you code it in, like only take it if it's on the lower side, like only take a buy position if we're, you know, lower down than the last 2 hours of price action, you know, if we're in the lower kind of quarter of it. So, or even like last 4 hours or 1 hour, whatever. So like only take a buy if we look at the last 1 hour, midway is about there. Only take a buy if the candle appears below the midway point, or so we know we're kind of, you know, on the lower side of the distribution, and only take a sell if we're higher up, for example. Like, you can code that stuff in really easily, and that would work quite nicely, I think. Or even just, you know, only take a buy if we're near support, you know. Only take a sell if we're near resistance. You can code all that in. From the new release of PineScript 6, you can draw in volume data. Oh, that's music to my ears, Peter. All right, let's see if we can get this built. I'll try build it as well, and then we can probably, you know, put our heads together and make it work. All right. I'm thinking of utilizing footprint via opening range breakout high lows, because normally with orb, price tends to get absorbed as it tried to leave the range, false breakout, and we can look for a reversal of it. Absolutely, in Joker. Absolutely. That sounds like a good idea. Absolutely. Let's get everyone to look out for them. I need someone looking on 2 and 3 and maybe even 5-minute footprint candles. Call out if you see a Sammy Hammer foot. Let's do it, man. It would be nice if you could build an AI. I don't know if this exists. Maybe it exists, and I don't know. Is there an AI that can quite literally just look at the screen like a human being does, right? And you teach it, you know, if you see the candle, right, the correct distribution, like we kind of had it here, right? That's kind of, I mean, the body is quite big, but generally the distribution is somewhat correct. Buyers at the top, sellers mostly at the bottom. A bit of smidge of buyers at the bottom, to be fair, but and it's not a perfect hammer, but it kind of has the correct distribution, right? Like, if you could it just look at the chart like a screen recorder would, right? And then be like, boom, and then literally hit the sell button or the buy button for you. Do you know what I mean? Like, is there a AI that can do that? NT8, however, does read market data if you have level 1 data. Okay, so interesting. So we can build it on a different platform then. Claudebot for the win. Holy Earth is Claudebot. Sounds good. I mean, you can easily make that indicator using AI. Yes, you feed it screenshots. Yes, Holy Earth. I need to get Claude. Heard it's really good in PineScript. I've got Claude. I've got it. Well, Ola Prime have a subscription to Claude, so I've got access to it. I could probably try it. It is. I have made a lot of good indicators using it. Okay, so Claude seems to be the one. Martin, is there an AI that can control your computer? So I guess there is an AI that can control your computer. So I guess it's just a matter of time before it can see the market also on our screen. Would be amazing. Exactly. That would be incredible. That'll be so much easier to just, you know, I'll just keep the chart up, and instead of a human being looking out for it, you just got the AI, boom, sees it. It doesn't even need to, like, do you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be hard coded. It can just literally spot what you're looking for. Claude is supposed to be good for Pine. Yeah, Claude's very good. Yes, Ninja Script can do that. It will do it on NinjaTrader 8. Okay. All right, so we'll try with different platforms as well. I tell you what, if we build it and it works, what we'll do, everyone who contributed, part of this chat, part of the community here, we can sell the bot, right? We'll open up a little, and then everyone gets a piece of the pie. Yeah. We'll create like a little name for the community, and we'll get together some sort of, I don't know how we'll do it, but we'll figure it out. We'll do like a 2-week free trial. People can try it. Absolutely fine. If they like it, put them on a paid subscription plan for the bot, and then we'll sell it, man. We'll all just share the money. How's that sound? We'll get together a little group and we'll build it. That would be amazing. And I think collectively, the more brains, the better. Depends how much of a percentage we take, and we'll just split it equally. Everyone who contributes, we'll get everyone who wants to be a part of it, and then we'll just split it equally. I doubt it'll be life-changing money, but you never know. Sammy's witnesses. Agentic AI is what I believe you are referring to. Okay, Cody. Let me take a picture of that so I can Google it later and have a look. Awesome. Do a bit of research. I built it to a point with Grok, but it's not there. We'll get Claude. Sounds like a nice idea. Awesome. New guy came across my YouTube feed yesterday selling his bot, 5K US dollar. The bot itself may make life-changing money. That's it. Like the bot itself, I would absolutely use the bot, and I would have it run on like, I'll open up like a live account, put in like a realistic sort of good starting amount that most people would like when they start trading, maybe like 5K, 10K. That might be a bit higher than what most people put in, but like not a ridiculous amount, basically like 5K. And then we'll just have the bot running on that account, and then every day it just publishes its results. Do you know what I mean? Forward testing it until infinite, until it either blows up, which I doubt it will, because we'll have risk management in there, good risk management. We'll have like a little news filter as well, so it doesn't take trades during heavy news, and it will link up to like Forex Factory or whatever and do all that. That'll be awesome. Let's make it. Hey, saw your live stream a couple of times. Amazing knowledge and experience you have. Thank you, Kawadi. Or we could set it up on a Ola Prime 50K. We could do it on. That would be the only caveat. It would have to be on Ola Prime brokerage, so Ola Prime Markets or the prop firm. Otherwise, I don't think I'll get permission from my bosses to do it. But it's fine, Who is good at creating a shared workspace or something for all the coders to work together? Exactly. We'll get this together. If you're, how are we going to do this? I'm assuming most of you have Instagram. If you DM me on Instagram, if you want to be part of it, I'll create a group within Instagram, like a group chat, and then we can figure out, a better place to do it. So everyone can kind of like share their contact details. And so just DM me on Instagram. Peter, obviously, I know who you are. I've got you on Instagram. I know that. But yeah, anyone else who wants to be part of it, just DM me. Just let me know you're from the live stream and you want to be part of this project, and we'll do it. Sounds good. Oof, that really is. This looks like it could be the reversal, guys. Damn. Well, that's slightly annoying, isn't it? I mean, fair play to it. it touched it to the T where the volume dropped off. What a rejection. I did kind of missed that one, didn't I? But to be fair, I don't know if I would have got in. I mean, yes, look, we got a ton of sellers there, but I would think there are more people taking profit. I didn't really see what actually happened in real time here, if these numbers spiked up at all or not. But essentially, same idea. Sellers got trapped. We traded above them. The heavy volume came in right there. Whoops. The buyers came in heavy there. No different to where I entered before, you know, the same kind of playbook, except we didn't really get the heavy buyers come in originally. It was just the amount of sellers trapped was why I already front-runned it. But that was the confirmation there, those big buyers coming in above the sellers, and they just managed to really make it move. But we'll wait for a... Let me draw this volume profile from the top. You see, there's no gaps. It's just, there's nothing there for me to trade. We don't have a single gap in... I mean, we've got a little gap at the bottom here and here, but we've already cleared them. We have nothing to potentially short it off. We only have areas we could potentially buy from, which is here again and here, but then they're not very powerful. I can imagine if the market comes back down, it's going to blow through those areas. There is just no gaps in volume right now. Awesome, thanks. Will do. Don't have Instablow email. Yeah, email me, sam@olaprime.com. Email me, that's absolutely fine. Same, not a social media guy. That's all right, Cody. Just drop me an email, sam@olaprime.com. Or my email's in my channel anyway. You can like hit view email. How is Daryl doing? Is he out there sharing videos? Daryl's doing well. I haven't spoke to him in a while, but I see him on LinkedIn a lot. He's got his own educational platform or whatever. He's like not selling courses, but he's essentially kind of selling courses, but like more kind of, you know, mentorship type thing he's doing. So I felt there wasn't much on either chart this morning. Yeah, I agree with you, Cody. We did have opportunity. It was sadly, I mean, the only real major opportunity was this one here. But truth be told, I don't know if I even would have caught it. Because we were on the chart and I never took anything because I was adamant that I was going to buy down here. Only in hindsight now, looking at it, I can see how it played out. But at the time, I don't know. I didn't really notice it. You can see the big sellers failed to push it down. We got above them. The big buyers came in. The same step. But I don't know. I was so like focused on it going down here. I kind of wasn't really paying attention to it, to be honest. But it's fine. We'll get a trade regardless. There'll be something. Just trying to figure out the next game plan. See, I still feel we could go down here, to be honest. I don't know if this is the true break of the move. I mean, yes, technically we broke that high, but would you call that a real break? Probably not. You know, we just kind of dipped above it a little bit. I wouldn't call it a true break. We're already starting to reject. I could see it coming back down. I'm going to hold out. I'm going to have my alert set. I think it could go down there. Let's look on the 15-minute, how the volume distribution looks and everything. Again, look. Yeah, I think we're going down again. Because if you actually look, it's a hard one to read, to be honest. This is a hard one to read. So we know that these sellers came in heavy. You can see a big chunk of sellers there, right? That's fresh sellers confirmed. They pushed the market down. Then the market retraced, and exactly in the same spot where those sellers came in, we had a bunch of buyers. Almost equal amounts of, you know, if you look at it, it's quite equal, right? Now, are those new buyers or are those buy orders, these sellers basically getting stopped out at break even? That's what we got to ask ourselves. I think it's more likely a lot of those sellers who didn't get out the market, who were holding on, they had their stops essentially at break even now, and they all got out at break even, a big chunk of them. That's what it looks like to me. I don't think those were necessarily fresh new buyers trying to aggressively push the market up. There was no real intent there of getting the market up. That's how I'm going to read it for now. I think that was, yeah, people getting stopped out essentially. So I'm gonna wait. I think we can keep pushing down. We are trading. If they are fresh buyers, let's call these guys, fresh buyers. If they were, hypothetically, well, they're in trouble now. We're trading below them. And yeah, because they all came in at the top here, right? They're going to be in trouble. They're getting squeezed out, which would anyway indicate we're most likely going to go down. So I think we can go back down. I think we can break that low there. I think we can get to the lower area of this gap. And I think the real bullish move won't happen until here. Because I can't see any other area. If we break below that gap then, well, then it's, not until down here that we got a nice big drop all the way back down, 50-point drop to the next area. So then I'll be fully bearish once we break below those gaps. Then I'm going to look for any pullbacks. So that's my game plan. For now, I'll be looking at bullish position near the bottom of this distribution, of this gap. Then if we break it, then I'm looking for any pullbacks to short down up until here. Then I'm looking at bullish again on this area. So that's my game plan for now. So hopefully we do get down here. I really hope this isn't the start of the bullish move. It doesn't quite look like it, to be honest. Not at this moment in time. All right. The delta says short. Are you using what delta are you using? Like footprint delta, the general just candle per candle delta profile? Let me know, BL. Nils, I still have a low volume node starting at 728, right where it rejected though. Must be from last week. 728. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. There is a low volume node there. I did draw it out. Because I had it on my chart as well. It's actually here. You can kind of see the node. I've just turned. If I turn it back to 24, you can kind of see it. These are basically the drop. Yes, they're two nodes, but essentially they're the same size, right? And it's the same idea. You have high volume, a drop, a low volume kind of node, and then increase in volume. Even though it's spaced out between two nodes, it is basically the same thing, right? So, and within those two nodes, you got two where you can really zoom in and find the low volume where it is. It's here and here. And we've rejected perfectly off this one. That's down at these lows here. I really want to wait for this one because I think this one's going to be better. So I'm hoping we go down and get to that area and I can get in. That would be ideal. I was talking a little higher. A little higher. What price point? 728. Oh, 728. Oh, you're higher. Yeah, 728. That is a lot higher. You are right. 728, where we just rejected. Let's see. If I go to the 15-minute, it might be an older one that you have. Depends how you do it. If I get rid of the session volume profile and just look for It could be on this move up, I'm assuming. Let's have a look. And then if I get rid of extend right, so I can see the... No, I don't see one there. Might be on this move down. I'm trying to think where you would have drawn it, you know. I mean, that's a huge gap. Ah, it's the weekend gap, Nils. The weekend gap is what you've got drawn out. There's the black line. The weekend gap is, you know, from here to basically here. I got rid of the weekend gap already. That's what you've got drawn out, the weekend gap. So yeah, that makes sense. Because the weekend gap is all this area here. So yeah, no, you're absolutely right. It is a gap in volume. We want a happy last 10 days of Ramadan. God bless you. Thank you. Make money online. You too. I was referring to the cumulative volume delta in the range before the drop. Gotcha, BL. Gotcha. I like your plan. May I ask, do you look at new highs and or new lows? As in, if you know the market breaks structure, that kind of idea, Martin. Like, do I look at general market structure? Because I think that's what you mean, right? I was talking at higher. Oh yeah, I saw that. I had one at 7 to 8, but it got filled. Yes, I cannot really track anymore where it originated, but I held up. Okay, yeah, and then you saw it. Cool. So let's see what's actually going on here. I think we should be dropping based on the 15-minute. Yeah, look, you can see buyers trying to come back in again, starting to trade. You know, those are fresh buyers. Sellers are trading below. I think we're still going to drop. Don't think it's ready yet, which is good news for us. We want it to drop. Yes, market structure. I do absolutely look at market structure. Not so much on the 1 minute, because the 1 minute market structure can sometimes be a bit messed up on the 1 minute. Like look at this, for example, right? Clear, you know, we're going up, huge little explosion. And then it creates a lower high, lower low, and then it just decides to completely wipe everything out. So 1 minute market structure can be a bit, do you know what I mean? You can't take it as gospel. Sometimes it plays out beautifully. Like here, if you look at the structure, you can kind of see that happen. And then again, it just blows everything out and then boom, back down. 1 minute can be very dangerous. But on higher time frames, like if you're looking at the hourly and stuff, yeah, market structure for the most part usually has a bit more weight to it, especially if you're already in a leg. So if I get rid of all these drawings, just switch to the candlesticks, make it nice and easy. There we go. You can see it a lot better now. You can kind of see, you know, each pullback, some are very shallow, some, you know, and then this is consolidation. So once you recognize consolidation, know that market structure means essentially fuck all. It can go up and down. Don't try and look for market structure within a ranging market. And yeah, we are on a downward kind of push down. But this is the thing. Every market structure has a different, you could be in a different area on a different time frame. Does that make sense? So if you look at the really long-term time frame, probably like the daily, we're going down, right? On a daily, we're definitely down. If you were to bump it up to a daily candle, here we go. We're down, right? Oh, shit. Didn't mean to do that. There it is. I mean, it's a bit hard to see, but you can kind of see it, you know, the zigzaggy kind of pattern. It's a bit nasty because we're just kind of breaking out of, I mean, on a daily, we're actually in a range. If you're really going to be brutally honest, we're in a range. But But you can also see that recently we've had that kind of slope down and we're kind of in bearish market structure. Go down to like a different time frame and, you know, we're in a kind of a, you could argue we're in a bit of a bullish market structure here. If you go into then like the hourly, oh, we're dropping. The hourly, yeah, that is bearish, but this could be the original first leg and this could just be essentially a pullback to create bullish structure again. It's hard to kind of know exactly which stage of the cycle you're in. Does that make sense? But we are dropping. So I just like to have the levels and right, profit taking happening. You can see how we spiked. Oh, look at, holy moly. Look at that. Did you just, that volume? Holy, wow. That is incredible volume. 4,500 sellers all in that candle. Damn. Really, really nice. All right, let's see if we can get down here. Come on. This is the area I'm interested in. One more leg down. This could be one last push down, extension back down to here, and then we can get, hopefully, a good buy trade. Yes, I agree. The 1 minute is too fast and high time frame's good. Absolutely. Coach Sam, I'm up 2,200. Great day. Amazing, Eric. Got my payout of 1,750. Congratulations, Eric. How's it feel? Let me know how it feels. It's always good. Yeah, it's amazing. Amazing. Good to hear, man. Was that with Ola Prime? Your payout 1,750. Let me know. No, I just went live with Ola. Okay, no problem. When you get your payout with Ola Prime, let me know, and we can do an interview. All right, do a payout interview. You better believe it, brother. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. All right, let's see if we can get down. I see something on the. Is there news coming out? Nah, there's no news. Let's just refresh. I see a little flag here. What is it? Natural gas? No, we've had that. Oh, yeah, the natural gas. Okay. Yeah, I'm not too worried about that. Not too worried about that. Come on now. Come on, buyers. Don't come in yet. Let the sellers drop it a little bit more. We're so close. How many points away are we? 3 points away. Well, we've got 3 points away from the area I'm interested in. Here we go. Oh shit. Why is I think my MetaTrader is frozen. Oh, there you go. It's woken up. I think I had a little connectivity problem there. Hopefully I'm still live. Everything just kind of froze there. I don't know if you guys saw that. I had issues with US 30. It froze. Oh, okay. Yeah, now it's back up. All right, everything's good. Good stuff. I was getting a bit worried there. I was like, oh shit. No, we're all good. Okay, we're so close now. Come on. What I want to see is a move down here. Shit ton of sellers come in, completely fail. We trade above them. Buyers come in heavy and just boom, 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 up and up and up. Come on. Give me that. Just give me that setup. Notice how we're slowly starting to crawl down. There's absorption starting to happen. All sellers are not that interested, but I wouldn't say sellers aren't interested because they're still putting in somewhat volume. You know, come on, don't go up here. A little bit more down. I'm still alive. Good. Thank you, guys. Eric, who is Bill? Is that a friend of yours? Oh, come on, don't go up here. Don't do this to me. ES, don't do this to me. Come on, go back down. Yes, I had him come yesterday for the first time. Oh, okay, nice. Also, were you in the stream with Boris yesterday? Did you tune in? That was a pretty good stream. That was quite fun. I couldn't really see the chat, so unfortunately, if I wasn't like talking back to the chat, I do apologize. Ah, come on, guys. What is this? Don't do this to me, man. Come on, sellers. Go down. I tried to tune in, but I don't know if I was in the wrong channel. I had notification or I didn't get notified. Ah, okay. No worries. No worries. Ah, this is not looking good. How? Come on, we were 2 points away. Yes, come on. Let's go back down. Let's go back down. Get me to that area, please. Don't make the move yet. Can I watch it today? Yeah, you absolutely can. You can go to the replay of it. BK Traders is their channel. You'll know which one it is. Obviously, it'll be yesterday, but I'll be in the thumbnail. Boris is in the thumbnail. You'll be able to see it under the live section. Awesome. Thank you, Eric. All right, fresh. Okay, so this might be quite interesting. We know fresh sellers are coming in now. If they fail to get it down and we go above them, I'm going in long, even though we're not at the area yet. But this could be then. No, they're not failing. Look, a lot of sellers coming in. They're still kind of pushing it down. They're getting a bit weak, though. They can still fail. I'm potentially going to get ready to go long here. Not yet. I want to see true failure because we know these are fresh sellers, right? They can't be take profits because they would have got triggered here if they were take profits. So we know these are real people aggressively entering sells, trying to get this market down. They've got money on the line here. Oh, look at that volume. But they're plowing through. Okay, we're about to get into that area. These are our vulnerable people we want to get above now. We've identified who's vulnerable. It's these folks here. All right, we're in. I'm going to get ready to potentially buy. I want to see now. Bit of rejection. That was not bad. 200 back down to 24. All right, I'm going to go in one contract. So I want to pile on the positions here. Again, front running, but I want to be able to pile it on. So if we get below that low, I'm out. And, you know, take profit can be wherever for now. It doesn't really matter. I'll be ready to put on more size because we have to get above those sellers, right? We need to squeeze them out. They're the ones who need to be defeated. So at this moment in time, it's not really. What is my stop on this? $54. That's fine. I could. Oh, okay. This is looking okay. Black and white, you're back. My short printing. Let's go. Oh, by the way, AI bubble gonna pop soon. I'm sure it will, man. I'm sure it will. Eventually, at one point, that AI bubble, when that pops, bye-bye to the Nasdaq for. Come on, let's get above those sellers. Let's see. Definitely front run this trade, by the way. This was pure front running. Come on, you see them defending those sellers. They're not allowing the market to go up. But they might get in. Oh, here we go. We're going to squeeze them out. I want to see big buyers pop out of nowhere. We've got 600s, a bit bigger. The numbers are still dropping back down to 200, so there are sellers coming in trying to defend. I want to see them get squeezed out. You'll be able to tell when those sellers exit because the numbers are just going to spike up. And that's a lot of volume, right? They haven't exited yet. Those sellers are still in the market. They are still fighting, holding on. They need to be forced out the market. Then we got the pop. How is the 20K to 1 gazillion going? Not bad. I mean, up 2.5 grand. So what is that? 10%? Is that 10%? It is 10%. Yeah. Not bad. Bit by bit. Once it starts snowballing that compounding effect, it'll get good. But there's obviously a theoretical limit because there's only so much you can enter. So we'll hit that. You can't keep compounding. You know, you're going to hit a limit. I don't know what the limit is yet, but you will hit a limit where you just cannot compound anymore. I make 10% in like 2 months on my main. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't normally. I'd be a lot more cautious, but it's only a 20K account. It's not that bad. Come on, these sellers are battling hard. They're doing okay. They're able to keep the market at bay. Like I said, I don't really want to enter more positions until we squeeze them out. They're still very much in the market. Oh, connection stopped. No, we're back. Good. Buyers are... They're coming in. They're doing okay. I feel the sellers could very easily take this. Because I want that big move. I want that beautiful big move. After 1 million in your account, it's impossible to trade like what you're doing. Yeah, exactly. You can't. Depends. If you go to like a futures broker, then yeah, like you can do what you want. Futures brokers are a lot more. CFDs generally you get restricted to a certain size. You just have to move over to the futures. Because then you're you know, I mean, as long as the liquidity is available, you'll have another problem though. This is the thing. Once you get to a certain size, you get the institutional problem where it's not so much about being able to enter whatever size you want. It's about actually, you know, getting a good price. So you got to start entering passively, you know. My internet's lagging or something. Because look, this candle isn't updating. I've lost connection on MT5 again. I mean, luckily it's going my way. Oh, there we go. We're back up. They're still in the market, these sellers. They haven't been squeezed out yet. They're slowly, I think they're dropping out. Look at the numbers spiking. They're dropping out now. Look at those. You can see it right there in real time. These sellers getting stopped out exactly as we broke that high. They are out the market. So now I'm quite happy that this might be a bullish market as a whole. I can imagine we could probably go quite high. I mean, we've got a few little gaps that we've got to be a bit weary of. I'm going to draw this one out just to be a little bit wary of a potential move. Control, that's going to cause a bit of problems, but ultimately I mean, my TP at the moment is just set randomly. I didn't actually set it to anywhere that makes real sense, but my first TP will be up there, I would say. But I'm going to be wary of, because we got the first gap, which is here in this area, and then we've got the point of control slightly above here. So I'm just going to look at the volume in real time, and I'll get out the moment I don't like it. Oh, okay. So we know those sellers have been stopped out. That's their stops getting triggered. We kind of want to stay above them, you know? Do you have a trade open? Yes, I do. Can you see my screen, Daniel? Hopefully you can see it on the left-hand side. Oh, sellers, let's get above those sellers. Good, that's what I want to see. Again, fresh buyers coming in. Let's get that. Oh, I could probably move this up. This is a nice amount of buying coming in. All right, we've hit the first gap. Let's see what happens. Let's see if we can get above, and sellers coming in on the gap. We want to clear those sellers quickly. This is happening very fast now. The market's really woken up. We want to clear that area. Good. We've got the point of control here. We want to clear. I'm going to move my take profit even higher. So I'm going to get out dynamically the moment I don't like what I see. All right. The point of control, we're kind of hitting a little bit on it. You can see a bit of pushback happening. It's happening very quick though. So I need to keep my eye on this now. Try track the numbers. 519, 600. That means more buyers are coming in. Good. 900. Big bunch of sellers. All those sellers are quite good, but buyers are coming back in on the other side of the gap, which is good. We want to stay above that. Come up. Get above those sellers. Get above. That's it. Back to 89. They've reloaded a bit. Oh, they're coming in quite strong. If we break here, I'm getting out. I need to see buyers come in. Don't like it. I don't like it. That's a lot of sellers coming in. They're coming in quite furiously. I'm going to get out. I don't like it. They're just coming in too aggressively, these freaking sellers. I think it's going to be a bit more of a deeper pullback, potentially. That 6712 looks a bit dodgy. 6712. Oh, where we just were. Yeah, it's not the greatest gap, but there's been a few little rejections. We had one here. We traveled through it twice. Another little rejection there, another little rejection there. So it's kind of like 50-50. We just blew through it on both sides though. So I wouldn't want to trade off it, you know, but I'll keep it on the chart just in case there is like an obvious rejection. But it was the point of control that triggered this one. I still think it's a bullish market now though. I think we are. So these are just, I'm going to treat these more as pullbacks. And I'll jump in again if we get a good amount of sellers that get trapped and we trade above them. I'll jump back in. Nice trade. Thank you, Martin. Is there any possible entry to go long or short? Yeah, I mean, I couldn't. The one I was waiting to go long was the one I just entered, this little gap here. That was the one where I believed would be the spark of if we're going to move up, that will be the spark of the new uptrend. So until we break that gap, I'm still looking for longs. I'm not really interested in shorting this market just yet. So we just had a bit of a rejection. Let's see. So this is more of a pullback for me right now. So I'm going to actually do a volume profile just on the last few candles and see where there's a good gap. And there's a little gap right there. Right there, there's a tiny little gap. Kind of where we are now. That's going to be potentially my entry for another long. Seeing some buyers come in. They're still getting absorbed. I'd have to really front run this. I'm going to front run it. See if we can get that another extension up. Otherwise, my stop has to be literally, it can be a few points below that wick. It can be a really tight stop. So I'm quite happy. I'm going to front run it. I don't like that those buyers, we're below those buyers. That's not good. Come on, move. There we go. Where's the volume profile? Let me update this. Put it on move, extend right. Here we go. Just about touched it. I might get stopped out on this one. I'm seeing the volume distribution be more bearish right now, which is not good. I might get out early here, but we'll see. Actually, well, let it break. I don't know where. I think my stop is literally right here at this moment in time, because the price obviously for the CFD and futures is different. I think my stop is, yeah, because my entry's up here, which is bad. It's a terrible entry. My stop will be 2 points below where we are. I'm trying to just calculate where it is. 1 point. I don't know. Wherever it is, fine. Nice trade. TP smashed on 2 accounts. Gabriel, amazing stuff. Amazing. 3 times today, ES has stopped at or right before VWAP. Interesting. So, Cody, was VWAP above here? Like where the point of control was? Come on, let's get that extension up. I'm seeing the buyers come back in and defend here. If we do push up here, then this is starting to create... I am betting that this is the end of most of the downward move. And this is the start of a new move up. And we're going to get that, you know, kind of pattern, basically. Bullish structure. That is what I'm betting on. Now, obviously, I might be wrong, but I'm willing to hold that bet for now. I need to see buyers make improvement. They're struggling here, these buyers. You can just see them struggling. They're putting in, you know, they're not normally when we have that continuation, it moves a bit quicker. This is not looking ideal at the moment. I need to see, like, we need to get above. We need to make a bit of movement here, you know. To get above quickly. It just doesn't look like it's happening for them, unfortunately. Because otherwise, then the next step, I mean, I would still be bullish until we really obviously break the whole gap. So until we get below there, I'm still going to be somewhat bullish. But I will start switching to bearish once we get below that gap. Especially if we start getting that kind of structure, then I'm going to be, I can be preemptively a bit more bearish. My godmate Sid, great trader. My good mate Sid, great trader, is also watching your stream, Sammy. He's not signed in, but he says hi and loves your stuff, man. Amazing. Hi, Sid. Thank you for tuning in, man. Thank you for tuning in. Right above the point of control, 3 ticks above. Interesting. We're starting to range here. There's a battle going on. This is going to decide, I think, whether this is going to be a bullish market now going forward or a bearish market. This is the decision area. If we push up, we're going to be more bullish. If we push down, I think we're breaking those lows and we're going to continue bearish. This really is the decision. You can see the buyers, they want to have it. They want it. The sellers were also very, very eager at the top here. At this moment in time, I'm betting more bullish, but we'll see. I hope more bullish because I'm in a bullish trade. There we go. All right, good, good, good. We want to break these highs here. Give me that bullish structure. Glad to be here, be in here trading rather than out in that wind today. Where are you from, Ra'iv? I think I said your name correctly. Are you from the UK as well? It's been extremely windy today. Frickin' hell, man. When I was making my coffee earlier, I was looking out the window and I just saw Cambridge. Okay, yeah, so you're not even that far away. Yeah, extremely windy. I thought a freaking nuclear bomb went off or something. I just saw like a wave of wind just blow everything over. I was like, damn. Come on. So like I said, got to get above those highs. I'm going to look at the distribution of volume on the higher time frames. Oh, this is a hard one. Because what we have here, ton of sellers, right? And they would have been fresh sellers. They're not people taking profit because we already cleared that level, right? I mean, it could be some people scalping, taking profit from the top here. That's true. But I think a lot of fresh people. Then we had a ton of buyers and they're both locked in. This whole area, buyers and sellers are fighting each other aggressively. You could just see it in the 15-minute candle in the volume. At this point, it becomes one of those coin flips when they're both that aggressive. Because, all right, look, both sides are getting beaten up. You know, if you went in short here, you're going to be slightly beaten up. If you went in long, it's looking a little bit better for you, but it could very easily push down. This area here is kind of dangerous, right? Anyone, it really comes down who wants it more, who puts more volume in. There's no obvious sign right now of like, oh, this is definitely for the buyers. This is definitely more bearish. This is actually quite a nasty place to be in. I'm going to hold it because I've got a super tight stop. I might move my stop a little bit down just in case we get, because of the spread. That really, you know, even if we tick a little bit, but this is 50-50 right now for me. This has become very 50-50. Let me see what the 1 minute is showing. Yeah, see buyers at the top struggling a bit. Sellers still trying to come in. As long as we get that distribution to look good on the 1 minute and then follow up on the 5 minute, etc. We want that volume distribution to be predominantly sellers at the bottom of candles and buyers at the top, and it be bullish candles, right? So we don't really have that distribution yet on either side, to be honest. So it's very 50-50. This is quite dangerous. But we'll let it play out. We'll let it play out. But I do think this is the decisive, pivotal point, whether this market's going to turn bullish or bearish, or remain bearish even. This is pivotal. Because we had the first break in structure, right, on this move up, took out that high. Yes, it was not a major high. This could be a pullback, and now this could be the continuation to make another higher high. Or it could be just a little fake out and we plummet back down. This is very pivotal here. So trying to see if there's anything I can kind of, I don't know. We've created a little gap at the top here, but it's not major. And it looks like the buyers are trying to push through it now. That was created just recently because it wasn't there a minute ago. So that's a fresh gap that was created. Most likely on this push down here. And yeah, there's like high volume above the gap. So that's so sellers. Oh, that's not looking good for the buyers. You're seeing, are you looking at the volume distribution? Buyers at the top, sellers are predominantly at the bottom. This is not looking good. That needs to switch quickly, or else that volume distribution is definitely more bearish. That needs to switch. Those sellers are coming in heavy. The buyer's got to take control here. If they slip, got to change that volume distribution. All right, buyers coming back in. They're trying to beat those sellers up. See if the 5 minutes shows us anything more. 5 minutes, like doji. Volume distribution as a whole. I mean, right now it looks a little bit more bearish, but it can switch very quickly. Autumn, great to see you. How are you? Oh, look at those sellers coming in heavy. I think they've got this. Again, buyers at the top. Are you seeing how the distribution is slowly starting to change? This is the last shot for these buyers to come in. Nah, they're out. Well, I'm out at least. I mean, it's still possible. Get down here. We could still have, a double bottom type formation type thing happening. Nothing is guaranteed, but now on the 1 minute, the distribution of volume has definitely gone more bearish. So I wouldn't want to buy until we get a bit further down again. Great. You? Very good. Thank you, Autumn. Very good. Good to see you. And there again. So notice how that switch, the moment you spot that volume distribution switch to become more, buyers at the top, sellers at the bottom, and the candle obviously being bearish. Notice how quickly then it can all of a sudden go in the wrong way. Whereas before we kind of just had, it was all over the place a bit, But I wouldn't write the buyers off just yet. Like I said, I'm still going to be more bullish until we truly break, these areas here. And if that formation starts occurring, bearish kind of structure, then yeah. Then I'm bearish all the way up until like 50 points down till like 629, call it 630. But anywhere here, I'm still looking at potentially buying. I think it might. Sellers are still happy to come in. Come on. Show me something. What I do want to see, though, if we just quickly jump up and trap those. I think we did it. I'm going back in long. You notice how that was 600 a second ago. We're back down to 200. I mean, they can reload and come back in, but I'm going back in long. I think then my stop can literally be just below these guys here. This could be a hammer foot candle in the making, potentially. My stop has got to be there. I'm going to manually just get out. Come on, get above them. Get above. Come on. Get above. I think the sellers keep reloading. 80, 160 now. Buyers are coming in, holding it back. I just saw a chunk of buyers come in on that area there. We were negative 600. We dropped it back down to like negative 200. That's like 400 in one gulp. Big order was placed, basically. Granted, it didn't really move up. That was the only downside to it. We wanted to see a jump when that happens. But we know some big buyer has decided to buy here and absorb those sellers. So if they succeed, I'm going to try and position myself alongside a big buyer. Come on. Hold it up here. Come on. 300, good. Give me a pop. I need that pop. Squeeze out some of those sellers. Where are all the sellers at? I mean, we've got to get, again, there's really no other way. We've got to get above these highs here. There's no other place. That's where all the stops are going to be. Got to get there. I can have such a tight stop. That's why I thought it's worth it. They're definitely absorbing. You can see it happen. Oh, come on. My finger on exit. My God, it's a slowed down. Oh no. Olaprom is, oh no, it's woken up again. There's definitely some connectivity issues at this moment in time. It freezes quite a bit. Come on. You can see an iceberg is sitting right here, just below where that buyer came in. So this was where the buyer comes in. I know it says negative 350, but we know that was a big institutional buyer because they did it in one chunk, right? It wasn't like collectively a bunch of people buying. It was one individual just gulped up 400 contracts. So right now there is an iceberg sitting here trying to absorb all those sellers. We just need that aggression to come in and push this market up. Got to keep my, because if we break through, then I'm out. I don't want to be holding this. So I've literally got my finger on the X on the close. So I can instantly, boom, get out if I don't see anything. If I see something I don't like. I'm just trying to keep my eyes on these damn contracts to see 140. Sellers still reloading. Look at that, 300. It's not looking good. Come on, absorb them. 200. Back to 170. They're getting absorbed. Back to 100. Come on. I still don't like the volume distribution. It shows buyers more at the top right now, especially that 365 at the top. It's not looking Not looking nice. If it doesn't happen now, I'm getting out. They're breaking through this iceberg. You can see it's chipping away now. They're still getting absorbed though, but it's starting to, it feels like it's starting to slip a little bit. I want to see that buyer come back in. Another big chunk, just boom. Nah, the seller's got it. Getting out. Almost. Absorb them like Cookie Monster absorbs some cookies. Cookie Monster. Where did that even come from? Oh man. We are going south. We could do. I think slowly you're seeing that structure starting to appear. Still haven't taken out the low though. The low is still in place. Let me just get rid of some of these lines because they're starting to become hard to see what the hell I'm looking at now. Where is it? There it is. Let's get rid of that. I want to see the 15-minute real quick, if there's anything interesting. Come on, there's a little blue dot there I'm trying to get rid of. There we go. 15-minute doesn't look too, I don't know, doesn't look that great. 5 minutes looking bearish. All the buyers at the top. But again, until we break it, I won't truly be bearish. All right, big chunk of buyers, but look, they're not doing anything right now. Because you've got to keep in mind as well, if there is a reversal, it takes a while for the reversal to kick in, you know? Doesn't always just instantly, especially on the 1 minute, doesn't just instantly happen. Like many times you get that double bottom, maybe even a triple bottom, and then all of a sudden it takes off because it's a build-up of volume. So I'm just going to look at the cumulative volume real quick of this low, negative 17.6, and back again to this low, we were at negative 9. So what is that? 8,000? 8,000 extra buyers have come in since then. Yeah, it looks like the sellers are far more efficient right now. If it was negative 17 here and now negative 9, that means, you know, 8,000 extra buyers came in from here to here. And yeah, in terms of efficiency, it's a seller's market in terms of efficiency. Can you show what indicator you're using in TradingView indicator menu, please? Carlos, it's not an indicator. So what you're seeing is a chart type. Okay, if you go to where the sorry, I just gotta, yeah, if you go to where you can select the chart here, there's something called volume footprint, but you do need TradingView Premium for it. You can't, like, it's only available if you have the premium upgraded TradingView. And you also need a CME data subscription as well. Okay, so you can get it from TradingView itself. If you just go to tradingview.com, scroll right to the bottom, you'll see CME Group Futures. Click that. It's like £7 or dollars or whatever a month. Oh, what the hell's happened here? Oh, That's a shit ton of sellers. They got squeezed out quick. But as I was saying, and then it will only work on CME products, right? So you only want to use it on anything that says CME or COMEX, okay? So don't use it on like Forex pairs or something. It has to be, CME, right? Oh, you got it as well? Perfect. Then you're ready. You're set up, all right? You're already set up, Carlos. Just switch it over to volume footprint. You're done. Sid, Peter told me about you. How are you? Thanks for live from Germany, my best. Danke, Hart. Danke. Ich kann ein bisschen Deutsch sprechen. Meine Mutter ist Deutsch, deshalb kann ich ein bisschen Deutsch sprechen. Aber es ist ein bisschen schlecht jetzt. I like to listen how you explain what is happening in the chart. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you. Good, bro. Deswegen bist du so sympathisch. Nils, bist du auch Deutsch? Are you German as well? We have all the German people now coming in. Great stuff. Didn't realize. Amazing. I will continue speaking English for the other viewers, of course. Otherwise. But good to see you. Alde Deutsche im Haus heute. We've got a lot of people from Germany here. We've got I'm Walking, Nils, Hart, For Epic Sense, love from India. Good to see you. Where's everyone from? Oh man, you must be doing something right if the Germans are here. They like Germans are very, we're very what's the word? Structured people, all about efficiency. It's because I talk about efficiency. That's why, when I'm always talking about market efficiency. Mr. Green Candle, hey from Israel. Hey, Mr. Green Candle, good to see you. We like his structure. This area is still, the battle is still going on, guys. It still hasn't broken truly. We're still fighting. I still have this feeling that this market can go up. Because again, like, you keep seeing this glimpse of these buyers coming in. Every time we drop, you get the sellers getting trapped, and then buyers are willing to try and squeeze them out. They keep taking shots at the sellers. I don't know. It's but the thing is, when it does break, it will break hard. It's one of those markets where you got all these buyers ready to transact at these lows around this area. They're all trying to get in. They're all constantly trying to push this market up. The moment they give up, if the sellers break through, which they very well can, because they're willing to put so much volume into the market. I mean, the delta is all sellers, right? The moment it breaks through, you're going to get like explosive move down. It's just bang, bang, bang. So yeah, because then the buyers give up. Once they give up, it's no different to what I'm doing. I'm trying to buy the bottom here, trying to like find that opportunity to buy. But a lot of institutions are going to be seeing the same levels. Once we break below them and the sellers just come in too strong, all right, no more buying. And then the market can freely move down and it will drop and we get a really good sell-off up until the next area. And then it's just the same repetition. Then maybe that area is the area where enough buyers come in and there's not enough sellers to keep the market down. And we get eventually the reversal. Let me see what these. Hello from Charleston, South Carolina. Coach, good to see you. ES bounced from the bottom of the low volume node as I have it drawn out. Excellent. Ich muss was sehr aufschlussreich wieder heute. Bis morgen, mein Lieber. Take care, Hart. No problem. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one. We touched 0.618 fib level retracement from the whole move from Monday. That's why we see the reaction, I think. It's interesting because so many things line up, you know. I see a low volume node. Barkey, you say, you know, it's a fib level. This is the great thing about trading. So many things line up in the same areas. Carlos, great. I have the volume chart already. Now, how can I set it up like you with the summary of deltas at the bottom and the 1 column per candle? No problem. So to do it like mine, I'll just quickly load it up for you. Row size, I always have manual, but I adjust it depending on how volatile the market is, right? At the moment, I've got it 8. But essentially, all this does is change how big each cluster is, how many rows a cluster should contain. So if like you see how the candles are a bit smaller now, I can drop this down to like 4, and it might look a bit easier to read because you get smaller clusters then. That's all row sizes, right? So you want to change that depending on your eyes. Display, I have it as cluster. Type is delta. And then to get to the little table at the bottom, just click on table. And I have delta, delta percent, and most importantly, session CVD. Okay, just take a screenshot of all that, and then you can copy it over, or just hit pause on the live stream, and you can see all that. All right. The market is natural movement. Love the 618. Yes. Again, sellers are still. You're seeing. Just look at the candles. Even if you just look at the candles, how they look, even without the volume, you can see that kind of constant battle, and then buyers give up, sellers overwhelm, buyers want to come back in again, sellers are trying to beat them through. Eventually, once they really break, then the market floods down. So it's going to be choppy until we really break these, this gap. But there were glimpses where the buyers really worked quite nicely, but then the sellers just came back in, you know. What does the CVD say in this sideways, man? That's good shout. Let's have a look. I think the CVD is definitely more in the favor of the sellers right now. Like in this little sideways movement, -11, yeah. And now we're at -9. That means a shit ton more buyers came in, right? 2,000 extra buyers came in this area here. Still, they didn't move the market up. So efficiency-wise, definitely a seller's market. Sellers are more efficient at moving the market down than buyers that are moving that up. But that doesn't mean the buyers can't break through here. If they keep adding, they will overwhelm those sellers. Look, and you get these moments where the buyers really just come in super aggressive. I have this kind of feeling that but this is like a big build-up to a pop. Who knows? We'll see. We need news to help boost the market. Absolutely. This week, the ES and NQ were heavily reverse correlated with oil price. You're absolutely right. That is a very good point. I do wonder what the NQ is quickly looking like. Let me have a quick look at the NQ. If it is completely different to the ES. No, it's quite similar. In terms of, yeah, it's very similar to NQ. And the Dow was very different always. The Dow's kind of, all right, we're starting to correlate among all three again. We're getting that. They're all looking pretty much the same now, give or take. So if oil keeps going up, then we will drop. Yep. NQ looks like crap. We're just in a very significant area. So, all right. If you want to be super cautious, you got to wait for confirmation, right? Then you're going to have to look for bullish, even on the short term, just bullish structure starting to appear. And you want that distribution of volume where sellers at the bottom, buyers at the top, and we keep pushing up. Then you can start looking for buys. I personally won't be looking for a sell until we break through that area, come back, and then again, distribution of volume's got to be correct as well, right? Sellers at the bottom, buyers at the top, bearish candles. Because buyers just keep, they could do this, man. They could do this. Could you please define confirmation? Confirmation, when I say confirmation, I mean, like, you have to be a bit patient and wait for where it becomes clear. Otherwise, you can front run. The thing about front running is you're going to get stopped out more, but you're going to get a when it works out, you get those really good trades. Do you know what I mean? Because front running, you would jump in. All right, a front run trade would be jumping in here, right? Or even here. You know, the moment the sellers couldn't go any lower and we start drifting up, you put in one contract front run and your stop can literally be super tight, right? And you try and hold it all the way up and then you get those really, but there's also a high chance you're going to get stopped out very quickly. Do you know what I mean? So you're going to take a lot more hits, but when you do get it right, you get that massive good trade. That's the benefit of front running. Confirmation, you really just have to sit and wait and wait and wait until you get that clear confirmation. And it's not chasing volume. So confirmation isn't now jumping in because there's heavy buyers. Say, oh, quickly jump in. No, confirmation would be wait for now a break in structure, right? So take out the last high, which is that black line there. And then, you know, a pullback and then again, break it. And then you can start looking at getting in. Do you know what I mean? That's confirmation in terms of structure. So you have to wait for that cycle. So you'll be waiting a lot more. And there's still no guarantee you're going to get it right, you know? But it's always been a bit better. The market's always been better later on recently. I always found good trades appear, you know, a few hours after the open. We've lately had much better trading opportunities. Thing is, you can't time it though. Oh, this is looking good. I'm telling you, the buyers, they're building it up. Because you gotta, we never cleared it yet. We still haven't cleared it. It's still, for me, a bullish market until we break below. Look at the price action around these key areas. That will give you confirmation or not. Used to have to wait 15 minutes for a good trade. Now it's 90. It can take a lot longer now, unfortunately. The markets have definitely become more noisy and choppy. When I started trading like 15 years ago, they weren't, all right, don't get me wrong, there was always volatility. Like, it wasn't super calm, but they weren't like this. They were a lot more, I don't know, there wasn't as much noise. It's hard to explain. You still had the same basic structure and the same shit kind of happened day to day. Like, don't get me wrong. But there was less kind of, you know, if you look at like the 1 second chart, there was less of that constant kind of noise. It was a bit more calmer. It was a bit more smooth. So I don't know. BlackRock wasn't there. Blame BlackRock. It's all BlackRock's fault. Again, looked really nice. We had a lot of these buyers come in, but now look at these heavy sellers again, wanting to push this market down. Buyers and sellers are both very stubborn in this market right now. Neither of them want to give it up. But look, this could be the start of bullish microstructure. This could, now we've had that kind of push up. Yes, we didn't break really the highs, but we kind of got, close. If we start seeing again that pattern, all right, we could start looking at now potentially buying on the microstructure. But in terms of the volume, the distribution of volume right now is neither bearish or bullish. I mean, this looks very bullish, all that. The fact that all those sellers are at the bottom and now we're trading above them, that looks very bullish. It might not be a bad shout. It might not be a bad shout. All right, I'm going to go in long one more time. I'm going to this is going to be my last trade of the day, I think. I'm going to see if we finally get this. I mean, my stop has to be, again, super tight. Oops. But let's see if the buyers can finally create that structure and actually push this market up. Because we need to take out these highs, man. We need to take out these highs. We still got a lot of room to cover. Got a lot of... It's not going to be easy. Because the sellers are not giving up. I'm just seeing this big amount of sellers in this candle here. If we can at least get above them, we can squeeze them out at least. And then we might take out that high, and then we can drift up a bit, and potentially the snowball effect can start kicking in. But if those sellers are just keep coming in, we'll get stopped out again. It's not going to be... And the main majority of the sellers in that candle, you can see them basically above here, right? That was a terrible line, but you see what I mean. Above there. There we go. Much better. Again, look, sellers coming in. They're not willing to give up here. Come on. Nah, they've got it. They're coming in strong again. Looks like we're just going to rotate back down. Potentially, buyers aren't coming in until these lows here. They had a good little run. Potentially could have made a new high. I mean, we haven't really... I'm going to leave my stop where it is. It'll take me out if it takes me out, because buyers could want to come back in. I mean, the chunk of buyers are really this 400 here. But I think I can't see it happening, to be honest. You can see the numbers spiking. Unless they come in now, this ain't happening. Bit of buy pressure came in, protecting it. But again, sellers just reload. Another 180, another 120, 30, 69. No pun intended. 96, 80. Okay, bit of drop there, but nothing. Again, sellers are reloading. They're willing to keep. Bit of a drop, bit of bias coming in there, you saw. Back up to 64. Instantly back down. Okay, we're going up to 100, back down to 35. Sellers keep. Notice when the buy volume goes up, we're not seeing the candle really move up. It's not really jumping. There was a bit of a jump. That 100 that came in, that was a bit better there. That's finally a bigger chunk of buyers came in and actually pushed that candle up quite quickly. You want to see that happen more often, you know? Again, so they just about managed to hold on, but you need to see that momentum continue and keep doing that. But then look, the same shit happens when sellers put in a bit of pressure, buyers putting back in. See how the candle's jumping a bit quicker now? That's sellers now coming in back in again, trying to get this market down. Now buyers need to keep defending here. They need to do the same shit again. It's literally just a battle. It's two sides punching each other. Who can punch harder, essentially? 400. Look at buyers coming in a bit more aggressive. They need to break through those icebergs. But again, they're getting absorbed very quickly. Absorption happened. It looks like the sellers might have it here. I think they're gone and we're out. So yeah, just again, and look at the distribution of volume, how it closed. Again, buyers tried to do it, couldn't. They failed. Big sellers coming back in again. I think, unfortunately, it could still happen, but it's not ready yet. Now we've got that new low. I don't know what these... oh, no, that was... Let me get rid of this box. That was an old box. Don't need that anymore. Sammy Hammerfoot, where? Oh, shit, yeah, there we go. Well spotted, Peter. Right there. We do have that hammer candle. So that would be your bearish entry, funnily enough. You do a 1-to-1 like that. That would be your trade if you were following the EA. Come on. Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. And I don't really have anything else below, so I don't know. It's very rotational. What just happened there? Oh, huge amount of... Wow, okay, something's going on here. Something happened there. Don't know if you guys saw that. Something definitely happened in that candle. But look at this. It's starting to wake up a bit. The weekly volume profile has a low volume node just here on EA. Oh, does it? The weekly does. Yeah, this area here, man, it's really holding up. I'm still majority bullish on it until we break it. I'm still going to be bullish. It's just trying to guess when the actual move is going to happen. If it does, we're just getting this constant back and forth. We're not really going anywhere. But then again, at the same time, I haven't seen anything splendid. I haven't seen anything worth putting more than one contract. And, you know, to get that P&L, you need to put on like 5 or 6 contracts. So it's always just been a little weak. But I don't think it's really doing much right now. What I'll do... Oh, look at that. Oh, someone got stopped out. Yep, you just saw all those sellers get stopped. See that high there? And the spike in volume, all those sellers now just got stopped out. But are they just going to come back in? Don't. Oh my God, that came out of nowhere. It came in that candle. Jeez. Did I just miss everything? I think I just missed it. I think what we were waiting for. Oh, are you freaking kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me, guys? That is a lot of freaking volume. Holy moly. Damn. But doesn't mean it's going to be a continuation. This could very easily reverse again. The same shit happens. Because a lot of that buy volume is actually people getting stopped out. A lot of sellers getting stopped out. So you had this high here. Boom. Sellers getting stopped out. There was another big 1,000. There's a little high there. Boom. And then we got another high by the point of control, which we haven't actually reached. So 2 areas and exactly where you would expect it. The spike in volume. So a lot of that volume is actually people getting stopped out. Oil just spiked down. Can't wait for NQES getting divorced from oil again. Good day here. Made about 85% of my daily goal. Thanks for the stream. So I can catch you tomorrow. Cody, great stuff. Take care. See you tomorrow as well. Eric, woohoo, 4K day, caught the long. Amazing, Eric. Good stuff, man. I'm still going to wait. I'm not. I think I'm going to take a break. We've already been on 2 hours. If I do jump in again, I will post it on Instagram. When I see the opportunity, I'll jump in. But I'm going to set an alert back down to these lows here. And I think I'll go in hard if we go back to the lows. That's what I got. That's what I'm doing. I got the hammer foot on NQ. Nice. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. It's already been 2 hours. I will be back tomorrow. I think it's Friday tomorrow, right? It is a Friday. Fun Friday. So I'll be back tomorrow, 9:30 Eastern. Be trading again. And hopefully it has a bit more activity. Because today, I still think this market's going up. If I'm going to be honest, I still think this market's going to go up. I think it's a buy. I don't think we're breaking here yet. I think there's going to be a serious pullback of some kind, maybe back up to these kind of highs and then maybe continuation down. But I think I don't believe it. Similar to what we had here. So we'll see. We'll see what tomorrow is in store. But anyway, thank you all for tuning in. I'll catch you all tomorrow. Have a great one. And yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.